The vast emptiness of space stretched before the massive construction platform, its metallic surfaces gleaming with a dull, almost invisible sheen. Captain Jay Huang watched the intricate assembly of humanity's most ambitious project through the reinforced observation window. Every section of the supercarrier represented years of secret engineering, hidden from the prying eyes of the galactic community. Yun Ki-woo, the lead engineer, moved his fingers across holographic displays, monitoring the quantum welding processes that connected massive hull sections. Each molecular bond was a testament to human precision and innovation. The supercarrier, still unnamed, was more than just a ship, it was a statement of human potential. Deep within the hidden star system, selected for its astronomical isolation, the construction continued day and night. Orbital platforms surrounded the massive framework, their stealth systems rendering them virtually undetectable to any standard scanning technology. Hara Park, the technical specialist, had personally designed a multi-layered camouflage system that would make the vessel invisible to even the most advanced alien sensor arrays. Status report, Jay Huang called out, his voice calm but carrying an undercurrent of anticipation. The team had been working in complete isolation for nearly a decade, knowing that the smallest leak could compromise everything they had built. Ki-woo's hands danced across the interface. Hull integrity at 92.7%. Quantum drive alignment is perfect. We're ahead of schedule by approximately 3 weeks. His voice carried a hint of pride, though he tried to maintain professional detachment. The ship was unlike anything humanity had previously constructed. Its design incorporated technologies derived from reverse-engineered alien artifacts, classified research, and breakthrough human innovations. Each system was built with multiple redundancies, each component a potential lifeline in the most challenging scenarios. Hara approached the captain, her tablet displaying complex schematics. The adaptive armor system is showing remarkable resilience in simulations. We've essentially created a living metal that can redistribute energy and structural stress in microseconds. Her eyes betrayed her excitement, despite her measured tone. Outside the observation window, massive construction drones moved with synchronized precision. They were more like living machines than simple tools, each programmed with intricate algorithms that allowed them to anticipate and resolve potential structural challenges before they could become real problems. The funding for this project had come from a secret international consortium. Governments and private entities had pooled resources, understanding that humanity's future in the galactic community depended on being prepared. No longer would they be seen as a young, naive species easily pushed around by more established civilizations. Jay Huang remembered the meetings that led to this moment. Heated discussions about humanity's place in the universe, the potential threats from various alien civilizations, and the absolute necessity of having a technological ace up their sleeve. This ship was that ace, a hidden Goliath that could change everything. Ki-woo's voice interrupted his thoughts. Captain, we're ready for the next phase of quantum drive integration. The words carried a weight of anticipation. This wasn't just another technological milestone, it was a potential game-changer for human space exploration and defense. As the construction continued, nobody spoke about the potential consequences. Nobody discussed the diplomatic storms this ship might create. They simply worked, each person understanding the critical nature of their mission. Humanity would no longer be underestimated, no longer be considered a secondary species in the vast galactic community. The ship's frame continued to take shape, a monument to human determination, technological prowess, and an unwavering belief in their potential. Silent. Waiting. Ready to change everything. The massive conference hall of the Galactic Council gleamed with holographic displays and intricate alien architecture. Ambassador Dae-sung Kim stood alone, surrounded by representatives from dozens of alien civilizations. His dark suit was crisp, his posture straight, but beneath his calm exterior, tension simmered. The Trilaxian delegation, a reptilian species known for their complex diplomatic manipulations, had been pushing for a resolution that would effectively reduce human participation in galactic trade routes. Their lead representative, a creature with iridescent scales and multiple eyes, spoke with calculated precision. Humanity's technological contributions remain minimal, the Trilaxian ambassador hissed, his translator rendering the words with a cold mechanical tone. We propose strict limitations on human expansion and resource allocation. Eun Ji-choi, seated behind Daesung, quickly analyzed the diplomatic communication channels. Her fingers moved silently across a hidden communication device, sending encrypted messages to Earth's strategic command. Something was brewing, and she could feel the diplomatic pressure building. Daesung remained calm. "Our contributions are substantial," he replied, his voice steady. "Human technological innovations have improved navigation systems across 3 major galactic sectors." The statement was true, but deliberately understated. The council chamber remained tense. Various alien species watched the exchange, some with open curiosity, others with barely concealed disdain. Humanity was still considered a newcomer, a young species yet to prove its true potential. Unknown to the assembled delegates, deep within a hidden star system, the massive supercarrier continued its silent construction. Each diplomatic meeting, each subtle challenge, was anticipated. The ship represented more than just a technological marvel, it was humanity's insurance policy. The Trilaxian ambassador pressed forward. "We have data suggesting human technological capabilities are significantly overestimated. Your species lacks the fundamental understanding of complex quantum interactions required for advanced space navigation." Daesung allowed a slight smile. "Interesting perspective," he responded, knowing full well that human scientists had already solved quantum navigation challenges that would take most species centuries to comprehend. Eun Ji watched the diplomatic dance, her analytical mind tracking every nuance. The Trilaxian strategy was clear: isolate humanity, reduce their galactic influence, and prevent their potential rise as a significant technological power. Behind the diplomatic facade, a complex game was being played. Each word, each gesture was a calculated move in a larger strategic framework. Humanity was not just defending its current position, it was preparing for a future where they would be recognized as an equal, if not superior, galactic civilization. The conference continued, with various alien species presenting arguments, challenges, and subtle provocations. Daesung absorbed everything, his mind constantly processing, analyzing, preparing. He knew what was coming: a diplomatic storm that would test humanity's resolve. What the alien civilizations didn't understand was the preparation happening beyond their perception. The hidden supercarrier, the result of decades of secret research and development, represented a technological leap that would soon change everything. As the meeting progressed, subtle shifts occurred. Some alien representatives began to look at the human delegation differently. Small moments of respect, tiny cracks in the previously dismissive attitudes, started to emerge. Eun Ji sent another encrypted message. Diplomatic pressure increasing. Potential confrontation imminent. Recommend full strategic review. The message would reach Earth's highest strategic command within seconds. Daesung knew that this meeting was just the beginning. The diplomatic friction was a prelude to something much larger, a transformation in galactic power dynamics that no one could yet fully comprehend. The Trilaxian ambassador continued his speech, unaware that with each word, he was inadvertently pushing humanity closer to revealing its true potential. The game was changing, and very soon, the galaxy would understand that humans were not a species to be underestimated. The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as a massive holographic display suddenly materialized in the center of the room. No one had initiated the projection. No one had authorized the transmission. It simply appeared, cutting through the ongoing diplomatic discussions like a knife. Captain Jay Huang's face emerged on the hologram, his expression calm and calculated. Behind him, glimpses of an impossible vessel began to take shape, a supercarrier that defied every known standard of space engineering. Honored representatives, Jay Huang began, his voice clear and measured. Humanity wishes to clarify certain misconceptions about our technological capabilities. The alien delegates froze. The Trilaxian ambassador's multiple eyes blinked rapidly, a sign of extreme confusion and growing anxiety. Eun Ji-choi sat perfectly still, a subtle smile playing at the corner of her mouth. The holographic image expanded, revealing the massive supercarrier in its full, breathtaking detail. Its hull seemed to shimmer with an adaptive metallic surface that looked almost alive. Quantum energy fields danced along its exterior, creating patterns that suggested capabilities far beyond anything previously imagined. This is the Horizon's promise, Jay Huang continued. A vessel that represents a decade of silent preparation and technological innovation. Scanning systems across the council chamber went wild. Alien technicians frantically tried to analyze the projection, but the ship's stealth technologies prevented any meaningful data extraction. It was like trying to catch smoke with bare hands. The ship's scale was unprecedented. Compared to the largest known galactic vessels, the supercarrier was at least 3 times larger. Its design suggested capabilities that challenged everything known about space travel, weapon systems, and energy management. Different alien species began to react. The insectoid Krax delegation looked terrified. The crystalline Luminari representatives seemed to vibrate with a mixture of fear and fascination. Diplomatic composure was crumbling with each passing second. For years, Jay Huang explained, humanity has observed. We have learned. We have prepared. Each word was deliberate, carrying the weight of a profound strategic revelation. Quantum drive systems visible on the hologram suggested faster-than-light travel capabilities that made current galactic transportation look primitive. Weapon platforms integrated seamlessly into the hull indicated defensive and offensive potentials that were simply mind-boggling. The Trilaxian ambassador, previously so confident in dismissing human capabilities, now looked like he might collapse. His elaborate diplomatic arguments had just been obliterated by a single holographic transmission. Ambassador Dae-Sung Kim watched the scene unfold, his expression a perfect mask of controlled satisfaction. Years of strategic planning, decades of technological research, were now bearing fruit in this single moment of revelation. The supercarrier continued to rotate slowly in the holographic display, each rotation revealing new technological marvels. Adaptive armor that could redistribute energy instantaneously. Communication systems that could theoretically communicate across multiple dimensional planes. Propulsion mechanisms that seemed to challenge the fundamental laws of physics. We are not asking for permission, Jay Huang's voice resonated through the chamber. We are simply informing you of our current capabilities. Silence descended. The kind of silence that comes when fundamental understanding of power dynamics is about to change forever. Unji's communication device vibrated softly. A message from Earth's strategic command, Revelation Protocol successful. Await further instructions. The holographic transmission began to fade, but not before leaving an indelible impression on every single delegate present. Humanity was no longer the young, naive species to be overlooked or marginalized. Something fundamental had just changed in the galactic power structure. And nobody was quite sure what would happen next. The Horizon's promise moved through space with a grace that defied its massive size. Captain Jay Huang stood on the bridge, watching as the ship prepared for its first strategic demonstration. Around him, the crew moved with precision, each movement calculated and purposeful. Holographic displays flickered with real-time data from multiple alien tracking systems. The galactic monitoring stations were watching every single movement, their sensors straining to capture even the slightest detail about humanity's new technological marvel. Initiate quantum field stabilization, Jay Huang commanded. His voice was calm, but a subtle excitement ran underneath his words. The ship's exterior began to shift. Adaptive armor plates rearranged themselves, creating patterns that seemed to defy traditional understanding of material science. Where most ships had rigid structures, the Horizon's promise looked almost alive, its surface breathing and changing with millisecond precision. Nearby, a simulation of 3 advanced alien battle fleets waited. These were not real ships, but high-resolution holographic representations of the most powerful vessels from different galactic civilizations. Each was considered an ultimate weapon in its respective star system. The first demonstration began quietly. The supercarrier simply disappeared. Not through traditional cloaking methods, but by bending light and quantum fields around its massive hull. One moment it was there, the next moment nothing existed where it had been. Alien tracking systems went crazy. Sensors that could detect the smallest particle movements suddenly found themselves blind. It was as if the entire ship had been erased from existence. Then, without warning, the Horizon's Promise reappeared. But not where anyone expected. It materialized directly in the center of the simulated alien battle formation, its sudden presence causing immediate digital chaos. Weapon systems that would have taken normal ships minutes to prepare were ready in seconds. Quantum targeting systems locked onto multiple simulated targets simultaneously. The level of technological sophistication was beyond anything previously conceived. In less than 3 minutes, the entire simulated alien battle fleet was neutralized. Not through aggressive destruction, but through precise, calculated interventions that demonstrated complete technological superiority. Communication channels across the galaxy lit up. Research stations, military command centers, and diplomatic offices were suddenly filled with the same question: what just happened? Yun Ki-woo, monitoring the technical systems, allowed himself a small smile. Years of secret development, countless sleepless nights, and unprecedented technological breakthroughs had led to this moment. The ship's quantum drive system pulsed with an energy that seemed to challenge the fundamental laws of physics. It could move faster than light, navigate through dimensional barriers, and adapt to environments that would destroy conventional spacecraft. Transmission complete, announced Eun-ji Choi, who was managing the communication protocols. All galactic monitoring systems have recorded the demonstration. The implications were profound. Humanity had just shown that it could neutralize an entire advanced battle fleet without firing a single traditional weapon. The demonstration was a message, a clear, unmistakable statement of technological capability. Alien civilizations that had previously viewed humans as a young, inexperienced species were now forced to recalculate their entire strategic understanding. The power dynamics of the galaxy had shifted in a matter of minutes. Captain Jae Hwang watched the holographic displays, knowing that this was more than just a technological demonstration. This was a declaration. Humanity was no longer asking for a place at the galactic table. They were taking it. As the Horizon's Promise completed its demonstration, a new era of galactic relations began. Quietly. Definitively. Irrevocably. The diplomatic chambers of the Galactic Council were no longer the same after the Horizon's Promise demonstration. Representatives from different star systems sat in a stunned silence that spoke volumes more than any words could express. Ambassador Dae-sung Kim stood at the center of the chamber, his posture relaxed but his presence commanding. The Trilaxian delegation, once so confident in their ability to marginalize humanity, now looked like defeated predators. "We are not seeking conflict," Dae-sung began, his voice calm and clear. "We are seeking equal partnership and mutual understanding." The words were simple, but their weight was extraordinary. One by one, alien civilizations began to reassess their approach to humanity. The technological demonstration had been more than just a display of military capability, it was a fundamental reshaping of galactic power dynamics. The Kraax delegation, known for their aggressive military strategies, was the first to break the silence. Their lead representative, a massive insectoid creature, grudgingly acknowledged humanity's new status. "Your technological capabilities are impressive," he clicked through his translation device. Eun-ji Choi monitored the diplomatic channels, her fingers dancing across encrypted communication interfaces. Each interaction, each subtle diplomatic shift was being carefully recorded and analyzed. Behind the scenes, Earth's Strategic Command was preparing for a new era of galactic engagement. The Horizon's Promise was more than a ship, it was a symbol of human potential, a statement that they would no longer be overlooked or underestimated. Trade negotiations that had previously been hostile now became collaborative. Technological exchange programs were proposed. Research partnerships that seemed impossible just weeks ago were now being seriously discussed. Captain Jae Hwang watched the proceedings remotely from the supercarrier. Each diplomatic channel, each communication stream told a story of transformation. Humanity was moving from being a marginal species to a central player in galactic affairs. The quantum communication systems of the Horizon's Promise continued to process vast amounts of data. Information was being shared, analyzed, and integrated at speeds that would have been impossible just months earlier. Some alien civilizations were frustrated. Others were excited. But none could deny the fundamental shift that had occurred. Humanity had changed the rules of engagement, not through aggression, but through technological innovation and strategic thinking. Resource allocation discussions were reopened. Trade routes that were previously closed to human exploration were now being reconsidered. The entire galactic economic structure was experiencing a massive recalibration. "We offer collaboration, not conquest," Daesung continued, his words carefully chosen. "Our goal is mutual growth and understanding." The sincerity in his voice was palpable, cutting through years of diplomatic tension. The Luminary representatives, known for their complex diplomatic strategies, were the most intrigued. Their crystalline forms seemed to vibrate with a mixture of respect and curiosity about human potential. Yun Ki-woo, watching from the engineering sections of the Horizon's Promise, understood that this was about more than just a technological achievement. This was about proving humanity's capacity for innovation, adaptability, and strategic thinking. As the diplomatic session continued, it became clear that something fundamental had changed. The galaxy would never be the same. Humanity had arrived, not as a junior species to be managed, but as a powerful, innovative civilization ready to take its place among the stars. The Horizon's Promise remained in orbit, a silent guardian symbolizing humanity's new status. Its very existence was a reminder that true power comes not from aggression, but from preparation, innovation, and a clear understanding of one's potential. A new chapter in galactic history had begun. And humanity was writing it, one technological breakthrough at a time.